In this video, I'm going to take you through the exact formula to get to celebrity-like confidence and social results in the next 90 days. Without any bullshit trickery, without any bullshit apps, and without any bullshit standards. A lot of what you see in this space is just low-level shit, okay? Guys that are dating a six, teaching about dating and confidence that, are not even in the right circles, that are not even having high-level results themselves. And I'm sick of it. I'm going to today show you the exact process, very simply, that I went through to go from this shy and insecure kid that you see on the left-hand side to a guy that, for many men's standards, has it all. And I'm not only talking about women, I'm talking about just a general confidence that you're able to take through your day-to-day. Friends, social network, right, business network, and just a general happiness and success as well, where obviously I've done extremely well financially. I became a millionaire at 21, and you might be wondering, if you've seen all this, right? You might have seen my Boyd Confidence page. I have my Boyd Real page, which is more of my business page. I have my personal page, which at the moment of recording this is fucking suspended. We'll see if we can get that back. And I've got multiple businesses, right? As you see, I have an insurance agency with a huge office in Scottsdale. We're actually putting one up in Miami. I've got my other page, Boyd Sells, which is, about digital marketing, etc. And then I have my Boyd Confidence page on Instagram, which probably you found me through. But not only that kind of stuff, guys, I've done this for a very long time as a side thing, where I was invited, for example, to a very big company. It used to be a very big company called Real Social Dynamics, to speak on stage there on multiple different occasions.
My buddy Boyd is here. He's gonna chat with you guys about how to make cash.
And guys,
This guy is very, very, very successful. He made his first million by 21. Stupid levels of social results that I'll spare you. Y'all know what that means these days?
enjoy, man. Thank you. I'll be back here. How you guys doing? Good. Hey!
And you might be wondering, why am I doing this, right? Why am I fucking doing confidence coaching for guys when I already have multiple very established businesses? I've made millions of dollars and I'm able to really do whatever the fuck I want. Why am I spending my time to doing this? Well, it's honestly, guys, because so many people have told me over time that I have the most unique perspective and most workable and effective perspective and tips on this exact topic. There's nobody that I know that is able to give a holistic view on social dynamics, social confidence, dating, friendships, network, and how all of it intertwines with the mindset part, the communication skills, validation dynamics, relationships dynamics, etc., and the external paradigm of also how you look, your style, your social media, your network, your social circle, etc. And so I've always had some private clients that, kind of like reached out to me because, I would be in these high level business circles, and then, people would essentially ask me like, hey, how did you just pull all of the girls in the club there, right? And then they would pay me $5,000 to have a quick coffee. Or some of my one-on-one clients pay me $5,000 a month for a couple of chats, right? $30,000 for 6 months. So these kinds of things I've always had in these past years, but people told me like, hey, you got to bring this out to a broader audience. This has really changed my life. And that's why I started putting up some reels very short ago. And I honestly started getting flooded with requests. As you can see, this is just one of my reels. And so that's why I brought this out, because this is going to be a group thing that's accessible for people, okay, where I'm going to take you from zero to hero here in the next 90 days, okay? Now, look, enough about me, and that's just for the context, right? But in order to get this kind of confidence, right, and this kind of social life, you need to first have the motivation to do so. You need to know what it is that you want and why, right? So ask yourself right now, before I give you this formula, why do you actually want this true confidence, this dating abundance, and this social abundance? And then secondly, what would that actually look like for you? What would she look like for you, right? And forget about what you think is possible. If anything was possible, then what the fuck would you want? Okay? And I'll tell you firsthand that this stuff, once you master this, like, your mind opens up to more opportunities in life. It's not just only about the social and the girls and this and that. Bro, your mind opens up to making more money, to starting that business, to like, I became a fucking professional boxer, like, you are able to like change your self-image, change yourself, therefore you're going to be able to do anything in life. Also, what would relationships on your terms be like? You know, I was recently visiting a good friend of mine, actually this is already a year ago by now, in his $6 million mansion in Hawaii, okay? And I saw a relationship that wasn't on his terms, and the guy makes literally 8 figures a month, okay? And, you know, it was heartbreaking, but it was reality for most successful men. So even if you already have success, or if you're after that, which you should, that doesn't actually fix everything. Now, the formula consists of 3 different components, okay? The formula to be a social wizard, to be a master socially, social mastery, okay? The first one is be, okay? That's your being, your subconscious mind, essentially, okay? It's who you are as a person and what you believe about yourselves, about social dynamics, etc. The second paradigm is do, okay? Communication skills. And then the third paradigm is having it, which is just the external optimization. So that's the optimization of your social circle, social media, etc. Okay, so to start off with the first one, this is something right off the bat that you're not going to see any fucking confidence dating coach would ever speak about. And that's going to be who you believe yourself to be on the deeper level. Okay, because you can have everything right. Okay, you can know what to say, you can know what to do, and you probably already had this, right? You have all of it, but you essentially still are not getting the result because you are not it. You aren't it, right? And I always compare this to the kind of guy that's like, if, you know, attraction between people and socially can very much be compared to intimidation guy to guy, right? You can look like a bad motherfucker. You can try to talk like a bad motherfucker, right? You can try to walk like a bad motherfucker. But if you don't internally believe that you are a bad motherfucker, then you're not going to be fucking intimidating. And it's that simple. Okay? So that's exactly what's happening in this whole dating thing where people are trying to put band-aids on shit. And I want you to know that it is possible. You probably don't believe that right now. But it is actually possible to truly get to a place where you actually don't have to fake it. Where you actually are grounded and confident. And it's all about shifting beliefs, shifting perceptions, shifting reality inside your mind. Because you came to be the way that you are through modeling and repetition and references, which installed beliefs, and that's how you are now. But that's a process that we can follow to change you on a deeper identity level. Ask yourself this. If you truly believed that you were the coolest motherfucker alive, right? That you had so much value to offer, that you were God's gift to women, whatever it may be, in whatever context. Do you think you would ever need a line? Do you think you would ever need to think about what to do? That would largely go automatic, okay? And obviously there's some skill involved, but largely go automatic. And that's because we all have a self-image in every area of our life, right? And that dictates what's within our reality and what's not. I remember that I was like 18, and I'm from Amsterdam originally, okay? And then there was this dating coach who's, you know, just honestly a scam artist because the dude just has never pulled anything above a 7, okay? Just being honest. But anyway, we were at this big entrepreneur convention thing, and then, you know, the dude, like, you know, basically we went out afterwards, and he saw me just fucking tear it up, right? And he asked me afterwards, and that was a fucking, like, famous dating coach, right? And he asked me afterwards, like, how do you do that? Because it was just levels above what he was doing, right? And I told him, you know, the specific things that I did. I actually told him, let me think about that for a minute. And then I got back to him, and I said, you know what it is? It's within my reality. It is just normal for me. But it wasn't always, like I showed you in the pictures of me when I was younger. Okay, I just started my journey very young. And so it's within my reality, it's normal for me, and we can create that kind of mindset for you as well. And then you're not going to be faking it. You're not going to have to, like, pretend. Now, this is also active in your business revenue, your general happiness, and even how clean your house is, right? And it's all subconscious. The best example of this, you guys, is when you're talking to a girl you think is out of your league, okay? Like, this is my current girlfriend. And no matter what you do, say, or have, if you believe you are worth less than her subconsciously, you will never make it work. And I always say this example. Most guys are running a store, as an analogy. And in the store, they have a bunch of items that are worth $100. And they're putting a price tag on these items of $2, $2.99. Like a discount, right? They're putting a price tag of $2.99 on all the items. And then they're sitting behind the fucking checkout desk, and everybody picks a couple items, comes there, and checks out, and pays only $2.99. And then you're coming to me and asking me, Boyd, why the fuck are people treating me like so bad? Why the fuck are people only wanting to pay $2.99? And then I respond to you after walking in your store, you dumb motherfucker. You priced everything at $2.99. You're telling everybody to give you $2.99. Now that might sound like a stupid example, but it's more stupid to do. Because if you communicate in a way with your sub-communication, aka giving someone too much validation, reaching your hand out too far, talking too much, all these very subtle things, being a little anxious when you're around them, this is all telling someone that you're only $2.99, when in reality, maybe you're $100, okay? You're communicating because of your internal beliefs in that way. You essentially have a price stuck to your forehead, which is shown through your sub-communication, as I just said. Your sub-communication, that's your mannerisms. You can't fake that, right? It's the slight tension in your eyes. It's how deep you breathe, etc. It's an inside-out job to fix this, you guys. So that's the fundamental piece that we need to shift first. And we do that by following my Alchemy Identity Protocol. And I've used this for business coaching. I've helped guys grow their business to hundreds of thousands of revenue a month. I've used this for my own boxing career. I've used this for my social results, obviously. In this protocol, we are able to change your beliefs within 30 days. And this is also the first 30 days of my group coaching program. It is basically built around creating beliefs that you are chased by women, women love you, etc. You're socially confident. And then, those are beliefs about yourself, identity level, and then beliefs about social dynamics in general. People are nice. People are safe, right? It's safe to speak up. If you believed that it was safe and comfortable to be loud, to speak up for whatever the fuck you want, then you would naturally do it. So we create those beliefs. And that protocol is based off hypnosis and NLP, which I have both masters in, okay? And having a master in those things doesn't mean fuck all, okay? I know so many people with a master degree in this, that, and the other thing, and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. It's all about real world experience. So you will feel truly different when engaging with people, with women, and it goes way beyond any tricks or words you can say, okay? You can say the most bullshit thing and it'll work if you're coming from the right energy and you have the right self-image. Because the only thing you need to attract a beautiful woman, the only thing you need also to network and to have great friends and to be good socially is the belief that you deserve her, the belief that you're at a sufficient social status, right, to where it makes sense, right? Otherwise, you're going to have this self-sabotage thing that I just told you, where you feel she's out of your league, and no matter how hard you try, you just can't be normal. Everything you do, whatever you say, you can say, what's your name? It's just going to be weird, just because you feel subconsciously she's out of your league. It's self-sabotage. It's impossible. We need to shift that subconscious first. Like I said, on top of that, this whole ordeal will have a massive impact on every other area of your life, because you can essentially, all these processes that you're going to learn of changing your own beliefs, and we're going to do this with you in this, mainly in the social and confidence domain, but you can copy paste this on anything else. You can go for these processes on anything else, your money, your business, your health, your fitness, all of it. Now, this is the missing key for most guys. They try to learn about how to be attractive, but it looks fake, it looks try hard, like I just said. There's also the reason, like I just said earlier, that you have never ever, tell me one dating coach, confidence coach, self-development, whatever, right? With women like the ones you saw in my little fucking slideshow, which, by the way, just threw some random shit together, and I'm also not trying to make a whole Dan Bilzerian book here, okay? I guarantee, the ones that don't have the external result, it's because they're not truly it deep down. They're optimizing everything, but they're not truly it in their own subconscious mind. And that's it. Now, once we've done that, in the first 30 days, the second 30 days is going to be dedicated to social skills, okay? So we need to teach you high-level communication. Obviously, right, once you have that internal optimized, that's the 80% of it. But there's still a level where obviously you need to optimize your skill, you need to know how to communicate, etc. So basically, you need to know how to communicate in a way that's not self-qualifying. You need to understand validation dynamics. You need to communicate your value without basically making it seem like you're qualifying, etc. Okay? Now, this will largely go automatic once we change your self-image to a higher price tag. That's how beliefs work. They drive all actions, as I just explained. but we can still develop these external skills of communication, relationship dynamics, understanding what women value and how to display that, how to run a relationship, right? How to actually talk in different contexts, how to talk to groups, these kinds of things. The biggest thing that it's going to come down to is going from logical conversations to emotional, right? So most guys that I work with are very logical and rational. And guys, this is not something of like, oh, what to say. It's just generally understanding what is attractive communication, what is confident communication, and that is largely self-amusing, right? So that also comes with emotion, because if you're just speaking in a way where you're amusing yourself, right, then that's what the most high value, most high status person would do. Any question really can be answered if you just think of it like this. What would the highest status guy in the world, what would a Leonardo DiCaprio, how would he do this? And then you're also going to find that all of these little tricks and techniques that these people do are largely bullshit. Like I heard something the other day where it was like, yeah, dude, instead of asking like, hey, how was your day? Say, hey, what was the highlight of your day today? I mean, how fucking gay is that? Holy fucking shit, dude. That is just like okay, is it a more interesting question objectively? Sure. But that's only going to signal that you're trying hard, that you're compensating, right? That you're trying to impress. And the least impressive thing is trying to impress, okay? So basically, we do it in a very different way, okay? So you got to also understand, you guys, that your value to a woman largely depends on the emotional experience you can give her when you're with and without her. And I'll take it further, solely depends on that. So it's not about what you are on paper. It's about the emotional experience you can give her. And you don't need things on paper, right? Meaning your money, your looks, those kinds of things, even though they can help, but it's not the fundamental piece, right? And only knowing this already, only knowing that with just your personality, you can create value, right? And you can make someone attracted with just your personality. That's the only thing even already that you need to know that you don't need anything else and to raise your confidence. The last part, guys, is external value. Now, this is not a main thing that's required, but you always want to be building your value as a man, right? There's also some coaches that will say, oh, yeah, you can pick up chicks without anything, this, that. You can have a great social life without anything. Guys, this is a male self-development program, confidence, social results, dating, etc. But at the same time, you always want to be building your value. And that's a big part of this as well, right? You want to be building your money. You want to be building your businesses, right? At all times, okay? Meaning growing your income, being fit, having style, social circles, social media, etc., right? And the last piece will just make your life easier, okay? So it's like a fuel on the fire, but the fire needs to be there completely already, right? Because that's the fundamental piece. So it's first the being, right, in the first 30 days, then the doing, communication skills, etc., and then the having, which is the external optimization from there. So again, this is more so about optimizing, so there's fuel on the fire, and it comes down to creating a social circle with friends, with women, optimizing your social media, optimizing your style and looks, and also optimizing your style and looks. It's not as much about this whole looks maxing thing as it is actually about more so you leaning into a certain archetype, okay? And that is a very interesting thing, because when you lean into an archetype, when you become the rapper kind of guy, right? Or the businessman, the classy businessman, or you become, the classy London flair kind of guy with the see-through glasses, like any of these archetypes, or the fighter, the MMA fighter dude, like whatever. You want to lean hard into a certain archetype and have a style that matches that. And then it doesn't matter if you're good looking or not, because you lean into a certain archetype that the more you lean into it, like the celebrities, right? People that are the highest status in the world, objectively, they're always very extravagant. They're always very specific, very, very, much themselves, and very much leaned into an archetype. That's what we want to create here as well. Again, that's not needed, but it just makes your results even better. And it can create also, the social media, the Instagram, the social circles of like, the right promoters, the right circles with models, like those kinds of things, right? The right network, creates a flow of options of both friends, business partners, and romantic partners, so that you're always choosing out of abundance and you have enough, right? You have a full, kind of ecosystem. And for my clients, we also have some done for you options, right? Obviously, we have different options. I'm talking about this group thing now, where I'm starting this group, right, for 90 days long. But there's also one-on-one. There's done for you options, right? Depending on where you're kind of at in life, with social circles that I can put you onto, with trips, with one-on-one in-person stuff, right? There's different options. So look, if you feel like this resonates and you want to get extreme social confidence and success in the next 90 days, okay, then I want you to scroll below this video and book a call with me personally, okay? And then from there on, I'm gonna walk you through what it looked like, and we're basically gonna cover these 3 things. So 30 days, 30 days, 30 days. The being, shifting your beliefs, and this is something, guys, this is literally something you're gonna take with you for the rest of your life, okay? You're gonna take this social extreme confidence and this mental rewiring and this dating success with you for the rest of your fucking life. It's something that is not just a short-term thing, and you're gonna build a ton of success on top of it, okay? But anyway, on this call, I'll evaluate your current situation, your personality, what kind of needs to be done to get to the goals that you actually have. Because look, your identity and who you are as a person is fluid, okay? You are the way that you are just because of how you grow up. But if we chat and I know your goals and I can see where you're currently at, what you're currently doing, how you currently are, then we can kind of map, and I can map because I'm like a social architect, okay? I can clearly see on a person where their blind spots are, where their weak spots are, what we need to fix about you in order to get you to a kind of person that would easily have the goal and the results that you want externally, okay? If I think I can help you, and if I'd be excited about helping you, because I most certainly don't need your money, okay? That's for fucking sure. But with that being said, I do this largely out of passion, and obviously I'm going to be paid for it. But with that being said, I'll invite you, okay, if I want to work with you, and then you have the choice if you want to work with me, if you see the value from your side, okay? Very simple. And then if you want to, great, and if you don't, that's okay. I treat this kind of business, I do this only if it's easy, in the sense that only if people really want it. Like, I'm not here to like do a bunch of crazy stuff and this and that. I treat this exactly like my dating life, right? If someone is very excited about it, great, we can have a good time. If someone is not sure, it's probably not for me. This will be the same, okay? So, like I said, it's not my main business. I've helped many guys get incredible success, and obviously you guys understand the kind of clientele that I've had. I'm not going to just put them on blast here on a video like this, okay? You're probably going to be able, you're definitely going to be able to talk to them privately if you want to. You can give them a call or something like that, maybe. If we get on a call and you're very serious about joining, etc., then we can do that. But I'm not gonna like put their pictures in this and that kind of stuff, because these are like serious people with followings and those kinds of things. Okay. So with that being said, I simply invite, and if all of that resonates, let's have a chat. We'll see where you're at. We'll see where you want to go, and then we'll make this happen. Obviously, this isn't free. This is something where guaranteed results. If you don't get the result, I'll keep working with you for free. Okay. It's not free. I'll keep working with you until you get the result, okay? So I'll extend it. I want you to get results. I'm very passionate about this, and it's something that when you actually go for these 3 different layers, you will not recognize yourself at all. Your social circle, your peers will not recognize you, and it'll be something that you take with yourself for the rest of your life. Plus, you'll get some real social success out of it at the same time, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to have a weekly group call live with the guys. Then additionally, we're going to have a WhatsApp group, and additionally, you're going to have a video course that explains everything step by step as well. So you can go at your own pace as well. And then if you're a kind of guy that's wants a little more private stuff and you want one-on-one, we can chat about that as well. You can select in the form below, right? When you book a call with me, select in the form which option you kind of want. And then from there, we can chat and see what we want to do from there. Okay, my man, hope this video helped a little bit. And besides that, hope to speak to you soon. Let's fucking crush this. And I promise you, if you do this, you will never recognize yourself again. I'll see you in the call.